Judges chapters 7 and 8. Then Jerubbaal, who is Gideon, and all the people that were with him, rose up early and encamped beside the spring of Harod, and the camp of Midian was on the north side of them by the hill of Moreh in the valley. And Jehovah said unto Gideon, The people that are with thee are too many for me to give the Midianites into their hand, lest Israel vaunt themselves against me, saying, Mine own hand hath saved me. Now therefore proclaim in the ears of the people, saying, Whosoever is fearful and trembling, let him return and depart from Mount Gilead. And there returned of the people 22,000, and there remained 10,000. And Jehovah said unto Gideon, The people are yet too many. Bring them down unto the water, and I will try them for thee there. And it shall be that of whom I say unto thee, This shall go with thee, the same shall go with thee, and of whomsoever I say unto thee, This shall not go with thee, the same shall not go. So he brought down the people unto the water, and Jehovah said unto Gideon, Every one that lappeth of the water with his tongue as a dog lappeth, him shalt thou set by himself. Likewise every one that boweth down upon his knees to drink. And the number of them that lapped, putting their hand to their mouth, was 300 men. But all the rest of the people bowed down upon their knees to drink water. And Jehovah said unto Gideon, By the 300 men that lapped will I save you, and deliver the Midianites into thy hand. And let all the people go, every man unto his place. So the people took victuals in their hand, and their trumpets, and he sent all the men of Israel, every man unto his tent, but restrained the 300 men, and the camp of Midian was beneath him in the valley. And it came to pass the same night that Jehovah said unto him, Arise, get thee down into the camp, for I have delivered it into thy hand. But if thou fear to go down with Purah, thy servant, down to the camp, and thou shalt hear what they say, and afterward shall thy hands be strengthened to go down into the camp. Then went he down with Purah his servant into the outermost part of the armed men that were in the camp. And the Midianites and the Amalekites and all the children of the east lay along in the valley like locusts for multitude. And their camels were without number, as the sand which is upon the seashore for multitude. And when Gideon was come, behold, there was a man telling a dream unto his fellow. And he said, Behold, I dreamed a dream, and lo, a cake of barley bread tumbled into the camp of Midian, and came unto the tent, and smote it so that it fell, and turned it upside down, so that the tent lay flat. And his fellow answered and said, This is nothing else save the sword of Gideon, the son of Joash, a man of Israel. Into his hand God hath delivered Midian, and all the host. And it was so, when Gideon heard the telling of the dream and the interpretation thereof, that he worshipped, and he returned into the camp of Israel, and said, Arise, for Jehovah hath delivered into your hand the host of Midian. And he divided the 300 men into the 3 companies, and he put into the hands of all of them trumpets and empty pitchers, with torches within the pitchers. And he said unto them, Look on me, and do likewise. And behold, when I come to the outermost part of the camp, it shall be that, as I do, so shall ye do. When I blow the trumpet, and all that are with me, then blow ye the trumpets also on every side of all the camp, and say, For Jehovah and for Gideon. So Gideon and the 100 men that were with him came unto the outermost part of the camp in the beginning of the middle watch, when they had but newly set the watch, and they blew the trumpets, and brake in pieces the pitchers that were in their hands. And the 3 companies blew the trumpets, and brake the pitchers, and held the torches in their left hands, and the trumpets in their right hands, wherewith to blow. And they cried, The sword of Jehovah and of Gideon. And they stood every man in his place round about the camp, and all the host ran, and they shouted and put them to flight. And they blew the 300 trumpets, and Jehovah set every man's sword against his fellow, and against all the host. And the host fled as far as Bethshittah toward Zerah, as far as the border of Abel Meholah by Tabbath. And the men of Israel were gathered together out of Naphtali, and out of Asher, and out of all Manasseh, and pursued after Midian. And Gideon sent messengers throughout all the hill country of Ephraim, saying, Come down against Midian, and take before them the waters as far as Bethbara, even the Jordan. So all the men of Ephraim were gathered together, and took the waters as far as Bethbara, even the Jordan. And they took the two princes of Midian, Oreb and Zeeb, and they slew Oreb at the rock of Oreb, and Zeeb they slew at the winepress of Zeeb, and pursued Midian. And they brought the heads of Oreb and Zeeb to Gideon beyond the Jordan. And the men of Ephraim said unto him, Why hast thou served us thus, that thou callest us not when thou wentest to fight with Midian? And they did chide with him sharply. And he said unto them, What have I now done in comparison with you? Is not the gleaning of the grapes of Ephraim better than the vintage of Abiezer? God hath delivered into your hand the princes of Midian, Oreb and Zeeb. And what was I able to do in comparison with you? Then their anger was abated toward him when he had said that. And Gideon came to the Jordan and passed over, he and the 300 men that were with him, faint yet pursuing. And he said unto the men of Succoth, Give, I pray you, loaves of bread unto the people that follow me, for they are faint, and I am pursuing after Zebah and Zalmunna, the kings of Midian. And the princes of Succoth said, Are the hands of Zebah and Zalmunna now in thy hand, that we should give bread unto thine army? And Gideon said, Therefore, when Jehovah hath delivered Zebah and Zalmunna into my hand, then I will tear your flesh with the thorns of the wilderness and with briars. And he went up thence to Penuel, and spake unto them in like manner. And the men of Penuel answered him as the men of Succoth had answered. And he spake also unto the men of Penuel, saying, When I come again in peace, I will break down this tower. Now Zebah and Zalmunna were in Karkor, and their hosts with them, about 15,000 men, all that were left of all the host of the children of the east, for there fell 120,000 men that drew sword. And Gideon went up by the way of them that dwelt in tents on the east of Nobah and Jogbehah, and smote the host, for the host was secure. And Zebah and Zalmunna fled, and he pursued after them. And he took the two kings of Midian, Zebah and Zalmunna, and discomfited all the host. And Gideon the son of Joash returned from the battle from the ascent of Heres. And he called a young man of the men of Succoth, and inquired of him. And he described for him the princes of Succoth, and the elders thereof, 77 men. And he came unto the men of Succoth, and said, Behold, Zebah and Zalmunna, concerning whom ye did taunt me, saying, Are the hands of Zebah and Zalmunna now in thy hand, that we should give bread unto thy men that are weary? And he took the elders of the city, and thorns of the wilderness, and briars, and with them he taught the men of Succoth. And he brake down the tower of Penuel, and slew the men of the city. Then said he unto Zebah and Zalmunna, What manner of men were they whom ye slew at Tabor? And they answered, As thou art, so were they. Each one resembled the children of the king. And he said, They were my brethren, the sons of my mother. As Jehovah liveth, if ye had saved them alive, I would not slay you. And he said unto Jether his firstborn, Up, and slay him. But the youth drew not his sword, for he feared, because he was yet a youth. Then Zebah and Zalmunna said, Rise thou, and fall upon us, for as the man is, so is his strength. And Gideon arose, and slew Zebah and Zalmunna, and took the crescents that were on their camels' necks. Then the men of Israel said unto Gideon, Rule thou over us, both thou and thy son's son also, for thou hast saved us out of the hand of Midian. And Gideon said unto them, I will not rule over you, neither shall my son rule over you. Jehovah shall rule over you. And Gideon said unto them, I would make a request of you, that ye would give me every man the earrings of his spoil. For they had golden earrings, because they were Ishmaelites. And they answered, We will willingly give them. And they spread a garment, and did cast therein every man the earrings of his spoil. And the weight of the golden earrings that he requested was 1,700 shekels of gold, besides the crescents and the pendants and the purple raiment that was on the kings of Midian, and besides the chains that were about their camels' necks. And Gideon made an ephod thereof, and put it in his city, even in Ophrah. And all Israel played the harlot after it there. and it became a snare unto Gideon and to his house. So Midian was subdued before the children of Israel, and they lifted up their heads no more. And the land had rest 40 years in the days of Gideon. And Jerubbaal the son of Joash went and dwelt in his own house, and Gideon had 70 sons of his body begotten, for he had many wives. And his concubine that was in Shechem, she also bare him a son, and he called his name Abimelech. And Gideon the son of Joash died in a good old age, and was buried in the sepulchre of Joash his father, in Ophrah of the Abiezrites. And it came to pass, as soon as Gideon was dead, that the children of Israel turned again, and played the harlot after the Baalim, and made Baal-berith their god. And the children of Israel remembered not Jehovah their God, who had delivered them out of the hand of all their enemies on every side. Neither showed they kindness to the house of Jerubbaal, who is Gideon, according to all the goodness which he had showed unto Israel.